Hey everybody, good to be back fishing, no doubt. We're 2 days away from the third Outlaw Team Series tournament, which is going to be this coming Saturday, May 30th. Wanted to do a video today talking about everything from registration to, most importantly, the weigh-in process. So start with details of registration.
Registration is going on right now. Entries are way up.
Very way up.
We will have online registration since this is a trailering tournament and you don't have to draw boat numbers. It will be open online until midnight tomorrow night, so midnight Friday night. Tonight, we will be taking entries in person at Humphrey Pavilion from 6 to 7 p.m. Tomorrow night, Friday night, we will be taking entries in person from 5 to 7 p.m. at Humphrey Pavilion. And then your last chance to enter will be Saturday morning from 5 to 6 a.m. at Humphrey Pavilion. Now, remember, if you want to practice tomorrow, Friday, you have to be entered before you put your boat in the water.
Exactly. So if you want to come practice at 6 in the morning, you need to enter either this afternoon or online tonight. Or if you want to wait till noon tomorrow, you can enter online on your way to the lake. Just be entered before your boat hits the water tomorrow to practice.
Right.
She's already mentioned it about trailering. All of the tournaments that are the Outlaw Team Series have been a numbered takeoff. Understand, this is not our call as far as this format. The Corps of Engineers is requiring that we have this format. We can't have any gathering. Everybody knows what the term gathering is now. So that means no numbered takeoff in the morning. So we're allowing everyone to trailer Saturday morning. We do not need to see you for a live well check. You don't need to check in. When you enter, you will receive your boat number. You're just assigned a boat number in chronological or numerical order in the order that you enter. So you don't even draw it. It really means, that boat number means nothing except for when you check in at weigh-in.
The fishing hours on Saturday are, you can put in at any time, but you can't start fishing until 6 a.m. So you cannot have a line in the water until 6 a.m. And your lines have to be out of the water at 3 p.m.
Right.
And then you will have to be in the parking lot, so pulling in the lines at the parking lot by 5 p.m. at Humphrey Pavilion.
Right. And scales will open on Saturday at 2 p.m. And they, like she said, we call it scales close at 5, but you just have to be in the parking lot by 5. Now, this is a very, very important part of weigh-in. You cannot weigh in by coming up on the water. You have, even if you weigh a big fish at 2 o'clock, you have to have your boat on the trailer to weigh in.
That's not our rule. That's the Corps' rule.
That's the Corps of Engineers, and we've
we're
got to play strict by their rules.
We're very lucky they let us have a permit, so we have to follow the rules.
Absolutely. And we have to follow the rules and make this deal go smooth, because the Corps was very adamant to say if we mess this deal up, this could mess up the deal for Texas Team Trail next weekend, for our tournament the following weekend, for Bass Champs, for ABA. So y'all help us make this thing go very smooth. So let's talk about how the weigh-in process is actually going to work.
So we have tripled our staff.
Yes.
And we are going to, when you turn off of 255 coming into the Humphrey Pavilion, there will be 2 ladies there that will have a dry erase board. They will know what is on, they'll know what's winning, and they will know what is on bottom. If you have like 12 pounds and 15 pounds is on bottom, guys, please don't weigh in unless you are like the top 20 for Outlaw of the year. If you're not in contention for anything, and we know you're not going to get any checks,
don't clog up the process by being there.
Thank you for fishing and great job, but please don't weigh your fish in. And this is the only tournament we will do this.
Yeah, we're not being mean to you. We're just taking as many precautions as we can to make this go smooth. Remember, this isn't just about us. It's about Texas Team Trail, about Bass Champs, and potentially tournament producers on down the road. We don't know how long this is going to last as far as the Corps of Engineers requiring it to be a drive-in weigh-in.
So if you have fish and you don't have enough to be in contention for anything, you can go ahead and keep going, go take your fish to either the public boat ramp or Twin Dykes boat ramp, and back up, let them in the water, release them, and then go on about your day.
All right. And remember, if you are one of these guys, thank you for fishing. We appreciate you. I'm sorry we don't get to tell you in person, but I think you understand where we're coming from in this format.
And blame it on COVID-19. We blame everything on COVID-19.
No doubt.
It's not our fault.
So as she was saying, we're actually going to have a girl at the highway with a dry erase board. And let's say the bottom weight to get a check is 1512. She will have 1512 written big on that dry erase board. And, that way you're not turning into the parking lot and then having to do a U-turn and get out. Hopefully you can catch her at the highway as you're driving by real slow, or you got your blinker on in the turning lane. And you can go on if you don't have fish to weigh in. But once you turn into the Humphrey Pavilion, and we'll have what we call Station 1 right there. We'll have, I think, Melissa's going to be there. And she is going to do nothing more than saying, hey, thanks for fishing. Go park right over here. Go to this direction. That's where we're going to have 10 lanes drawn out with cones across the parking lot. Each lane will be able to hold 5 to 6 trucks and boats. There will be somebody there in a yellow vest directing you, hey, come here to park in this lane, pull in this lane, and we will line up. Lane 1 fill up, lane 2 fills up, lane 3 fills up. That's our staging area. And if for some reason, you can do the math, 10 lanes at 5 or 6 boats, that's 50 or 60 boats. That's probably half of what we'll end up weighing in. I don't think that area will ever fill up. I think we can run them through fast enough. But this is important, pay attention to this. If that area should fill up, we cannot let people back up onto the highway. That's really the most important part of this is safety. You don't want the tail of your line ending up in the highway. So what the girls at the highway or Station 1 is instructed to do is simply tell you, hey, these lanes are full. Go park out in the grass and wait. And when I'm pointing to the left, if you've been to Humphrey Pavilion, you know about all the grass area to the left when you pull in. We're just going to push you over there to wait. And again, that's not best case scenario, but guys, bear with us, be patient, and understand that's the way this thing has to happen. Bring your patience with you this weekend. We're going to do our best to make this deal go fast. In my mind, it's going to take less than a minute to weigh each team as they drive in front of the stage and we weigh their fish.
But that is, you have to be paying attention. If our staff tells you to move somewhere and they're stern with you, this time you have to follow the rules.
Right. We'll be nice at the next tournament, I promise. But this is game time here, and we got to make things go smooth. So once you're in those lined up in the 10 lanes, we'll have Station 2 in front of that, and that's who's going to be releasing each lane to go and head towards the check-in station, and then ultimately pull up in front of the stage. Now, when you pull out of the lanes right here, you will be handed a mesh weigh bag. Remember, you have not gotten out of your truck right now. You have to stay in your truck because, remember, there's no gatherings. When they tell you to pull up, they're going to give you a mesh bag. Your passenger is going to get out of the truck, take the mesh bag, and get on the back deck of the boat. He's going to start putting your fish into the mesh bag. When he gets the 5 fish into the mesh bag, your partner will put them back down in the live well. So they have plenty of water, the aerators are running, and you will swing by, you'll check in just like you do at the rest of our tournaments. Elizabeth will have her laptop and check you in. It'll just be through the window of your truck. And then you simply will pull in front of the stage. You do not get out of your truck and you do not get out of the boat. We will have someone walk up to your boat in front of the stage, take the mesh bag from your partner, and that's when finally something normal happens. It happens. We dump them in, look at them, make sure they're alive, measure them if we need to, bag them back up. If you have a big bass, he'll be weighed separately, no problem. They hand them to me on stage. We're going to weigh them. We'll have the LED display like we always have. Again, you're still in the boat. You're still in the truck. I can't stress that enough. Stay put. Don't get out. Once the weight comes up and I announce it and it pops up on the LED display, my dad will be in front of you at this whole time saying, stop, wait. When he steps out of the way, you will pull on out and go to what we're called the departing area. And you've kind of got a couple choices after this, but I'll explain that in a minute. So you go on to the departing area, and it'll be an area coned off. The guy that was on the back deck hops out, gets in the truck. Do not put your motor toter on. Do not strap your boat down. He gets out, gets in the truck, and y'all leave the Humphrey Pavilion grounds. When I mentioned there was another option, we're not completely forgetting y'all. We want to keep this thing personal. We want to take photos like we have done for every tournament since we've done it in the beginning.
This is the part I fought for.
I didn't want to do it. I'll admit, the guy come out to me and I said photos aren't important, but I lost this battle. We're going to have a photo backdrop set up. I'm not even going to explain where, but it's off to the side. We'll call it that. If you have 20 pounds or you have a big bass over 8 pounds and you want to take a picture, you don't have to, but if you want to take a picture, we'll take your fish off stage and take them over there, put them in a tank, and you pull up over by the photo backdrop, you and your partner hop out real fast, run over there, grab your fish, cheese for the camera, take the pictures, put them back down in the bag, hanging in the tank, get in your truck and boat, or get in your truck and leave. Remember, as fast as you can.
Right, we can't have congestion there. So,
Right.
and there will be no pictures with personal phones. If you want your picture, we will post them. I'll post them on Sunday, probably.
Yeah.
But you cannot, we will not allow our photographer to touch your phone.
They're germy, remember?
Yeah, they say phones are the germiest things we have, so.
Yeah. Fishing solo. We had this question a lot. We got quite a few guys that are fishing solo. Remember when I said that our guys will bring you the mesh bag when you're in line and you're ready to pull out? If you're fishing solo, one of our guys will get into your boat for you and start bagging up your fish. So he will basically serve as your partner through the rest of the weigh-in process. This makes it easy for you because when you get to the stage, he's going to hop out because he's one of my guys. You're not keeping him. And once you see the LED display show up with your weight and I announce it, hey, you take off, you're done. You exit, don't even have to stop anywhere. Unless you want to take pictures. If you caught 20 pounds, obviously you can take pictures there.
Okay, so I think that's the weigh-in procedures. There will be no spectators allowed.
Yeah. So if your wife, kids, grandpa wants to come, I'm sorry. I guess technically, if they wanted to get in the vehicle with you in the back seat,
that's fine.
They could.
There can be no vehicles in the parking lot that do not have a boat.
Right. Or not entered in the tournament.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. And there will be somebody at the road telling you no.
Yeah. Got a mean girl out there.
Again, that's not our rule.
We hate it. Absolutely hate it.
Everything will be on Facebook Live.
Yes, we will stream the weigh-in starting at probably 3 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Scales up at 2, but I don't think we'll have any weigh-in. Probably 3 o'clock. We'll probably start the live video on our Facebook page at 3 o'clock. We will do our best. Me being on the mic announcing what's leading and what the bottom weight is. Stacy being the one that is going to be in the comments commenting what the bottom weight is. We know this is important because, again, if you launched up at Castle Boykin, you fish till 3 o'clock, you get back to the ramp at 3:30. Hey, pull up Facebook Live and look to see what the bottom weight is at that time. If you got 14 pounds and we've already had quite a few weigh in and 15's on the bottom, hey, dump your fish and go back, go to the house.
And I'll be good about it. There will be no weigh slips this tournament because you can't have my turns. So I'll have time and I will make sure that as soon as a leader changes or the bottom weight changes, I will, so just go through. And Facebook is kind of weird. It kind of gets comments out of place sometimes, but usually Outlaw Outdoors comments are first.
Right, and I'll do my best. To be honest with you, we discussed this earlier, this is going to be the easiest weigh-in for us, assuming the parking lot goes smooth, because we're going to have some downtime and I don't have anybody to talk to. So I'm going to be talking strictly to the Facebook Live audience. So I will be very repetitive in saying, okay, guys, bottom weight's 15.10, Monday morning.
I will mail checks.
Yep. You cannot come back to the pavilion to get your check. We're going to pack up and leave. That's what they tell us to do. We'll mail them out first thing Monday morning, and we'll mail them to angler number 1 on the entry form. So whoever is angler 1 will get the checks.
And if you want something different, you'll have till probably 6 o'clock Friday night Sunday night to email me and tell me you wanted something different, because if not, it's going to angler 1.
Right, so send us who you want it mailed to if you don't want it mailed to angler number 1. Polygraph, we are going to polygraph. It's a little different than our normal procedure. We normally draw randomly from the top 6. This particular tournament, we're polygraphing the winner. The way, you got 2 choices. If you come across stage, if you pull in front of the stage and you're the leader at that particular time, you have two choices. You can go park under a shade tree that will have an area for you and wait to see if you win the tournament, and then you will polygraph at 5 o'clock when we in the weigh-in. Or we will allow you to leave and go to the stump and eat, go to Home Depot, Hamburger Depot and eat. But the main thing is, here's the important part. If you win this tournament Saturday, you must be back at 5 o'clock to take the polygraph. If you don't take the polygraph, we don't mail out a $10,000 check to you.
Having not consumed any alcohol at all.
Don't go to the stump and celebrate yet because you just won a bunch of money. Don't drink. It messes up the results of the polygraph, and
You'll be disqualified.
yeah, you'll be subject to disqualification. So don't let that happen.
One other thing. You cannot park in the parking lot at Humphrey Pavilion on Saturday. So because that would totally mess up the whole deal, and we're going to tow your vehicle.
Yeah, and again, I hate to do that, but if you're parked in the middle of the 10 lanes, that's going to really mess things up. Do not. We're going to have guys there that morning circling the parking lot, making sure nobody parks there. But now you know ahead of time.
Yeah, and I know that public will overflow. So plan for that. Like Twin Dykes, the weather's supposed to be good. Twin Dykes can hold lots of boats. So if you want to launch at public, just go launch at Twin Dykes.
But here's the deal, guys. It's trailering. Most guys are fishing mid-lake, so go to Castle. Y'all spread out. I'm preaching to the choir here. You know what to do. You don't have to launch on the south end.
Yeah. So I think that is all. And we hate being so stern because that's really not us. But we have to follow the rules because Clint came up with this plan because we wanted to have a tournament so bad, and the Corps approved it. And
now we got to make it happen.
yeah, and everybody has to follow suit. So we have to do this right the first time, so everybody can do it for at least the next month.
So it's our biggest. It's by far. It's going to be the biggest tournament that we've ever had. We've got
Over 200.
We do have over 200 entered now, so we'll end up with, I think, close to 300, if not over 300. And it's a weigh-in format we've never done before. We have prepared more for this tournament than we have for our first tournament or any other tournament before. We're very prepared.
We got this.
We got plenty of help, and we do have this. But remember, you have to have this too. You help us help you.
And the main thing is, do not get out of your truck or your boat in the weigh-in line. If you see your buddy, y'all can go to the stump and talk, but you cannot.
You can roll down your windows in line and visit between trucks. It makes it sound bad that we're trying to make this non-social. We're not, guys. You get the point. Y'all know what this whole 3 months previous to this, 2 months previous to this has been about. So just be patient. And thank you for fishing. Thank you to every one of y'all, and especially the new guys that are coming from Louisiana. I know we're getting a bunch of those to come over, and they're Jeremy. They're from Louisiana, so stay in your truck. Stay away from those guys.
Just kidding.
Just joking, guys.
So we will see some of y'all tonight, some of y'all tomorrow night, and then some of y'all Saturday.
Hope to see a bunch of y'all Saturday with a bunch of big fish. Thank you for fishing, and see you then.
Bye, guys.